Hello, I'm Tasha, and welcome to my bedroom, and as well my altar and my Book of Shadows. I wanted to share mine with everyone on YouTube because I've been inspired from so many people to make this book that I thought I would share my book in hopes to inspire others. So this is just the title page. Love the envelopes. This is where my book blessing is going to be once I write one. Here I have tidbits of information from my grandmother. She's a very superstitious woman, so she always had little sayings, so I took and wrote them down because I wanted to have them somewhere safe for the future. And for always, just to have her magic in my book. These are old spells that I had memorized when I was younger, probably 12 or 13 years old. I had them in my first Book of Shadows, which has since been lost to the sands of time, as things do. So I thought I would recreate that in this book. And of course, Aleister Crowley, a big inspiration of mine. This is just some numerology, which I'm just going to kind of skip. It's just basic numerology. It has everybody's birth dates and information on it. Here is some more spells that I just remembered from that first Book of Shadows, so I wanted to get them in here. Just different tips on ridding the house of negative energy, different things that people have told me that they've experienced. So just try to put as much information in here as I can that people have shared with me over the years. This is a little becoming a werewolf ritual. It's kind of silly, but when I was a little kid, I loved werewolves, and I wanted something in here to reflect my inner child a little. More werewolf stuff. Zodiac information. This is my sign and my husband's, so I thought that I would do a little page dedicated to us in our astrology. Some verses on chaos magic. More chaos stuff. These are psychic baths that I've made and blended myself and tried. I'm slowly learning more about essential oils. I am no means an expert, so the more that I experiment, the more I try, the more I'm going to put in these pages. The book isn't in order, there's no rhyme or reason, so eventually they'll just get added wherever. These are my familiars. Surprise, surprise, the raven. I mean, I know you probably have never heard of another online witch saying her familiar was a crow or raven. I'm very, very original, so yeah. Color magic. Magical herbs. The 13 herbs of a witch. I just love, I love stuff like that. The Charge of the Goddess. Just a short version. Charge of the Goddess on the Go. This is a little page I did dedicated to the goddess. This little verse is actually loosely based off a verse from Don't Hate Me, Blair Witch Project Part 2, Book of Shadows. One of the Wiccan character, one of her little chants or whatever was earth, water, fire, smoke, something I invoke. I can't remember, but I kind of just added goddess in there, so I like it. Chants that we've used in the coven that I'm in, and I've used solitary, a really badly drawn pentacle. Spell to bind and heal, help an annoying person. So we all have annoying people in our lives. I have something to fix it. Love magic. Quotes from Anton LaVey. There's a lot of Anton LaVey influenced stuff in this book, but that's because Anton LaVey deeply influences my path. I would consider myself a pagan who just kind of gray area, so I dabble in a little bit of everything. Some people like that, some people don't, but that's part of who I am, so there's a lot of Anton LaVey's influence in my practice. And Little William Shakespeare, some sonnets about love. These were actually from high school. I'm such a nerd. I kept all my favorite sonnets and poems that I learned in high school. This is Anton LaVey's Love Synthesizer. Oh my, that's a big word. I'm blonde. I don't know what I'm saying. Little cold reading, Anton LaVey again. This is some bad poetry that I've been writing. I have been doing this thing where I do bibliomancy, and whatever word I pick, I try to write a poem about that word. It's to help me get creative again and get writing more. And I just kind of make note of what season it was when I did it, what book. Summer, Resurrection, Interview with a Vampire. Summer, Drawing Down the Moon. Kind of also helps me keep track of what I was reading. So Grimm's Fairy Tales, all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm really enjoying that. This part's dedicated to the Wheel of the Year and all my own art. I'm no artist, but I really wanted this book to be created by me. I wanted it as much as possible to have my energy in there. So lots and lots of my art. This is my self-portrait, sexy, voluptuous, witchy lady for Samhain. And this is just information. This is my thoughts on the Sabbath, my experiences. This page, what I did for each one is I want a meditation page. So somewhere I can just focus my attention. I love stickers and stuff like that. So I made this one for Samhain. Yule, little Robert Frost. For all you Robert Frost fans out there, love him. Love that poem. I received these in a pagan mail exchange, so I thought that it would be really cool to put them in the book. I love those. This is probably my favorite meditation page. I love this one. I grew up Catholic, so there's some Christian stuff in here too. There's some Catholic influence in my practice. It's messed up. It's hard to explain, a little bit of Catholic stuff, a little bit of LaVey stuff, a little bit of witchcraft. I really am like the calico cat of paganism, I guess. Imbolc. Another little meditation page. Ostara. I don't need to say the name of all the Sabbats. You can read. I haven't done my Ostara page. I was saving it, and it's the day after Ostara, and I still haven't done it. Moon phases and their information. This I saw on YouTube. A lady named Neela Nighthawk. I don't think she does videos anymore on this subject, but she had this in her Book of Shadows, and it really inspired me. It's beautiful, so I tried to reproduce it in mine. Little Drawing Down the Moon. Another little meditation page. This is the bay that's not far from my house. The 7 virtues and some angel information. So I consider working with angels high magic. So I kind of am getting into that. I'm dipping my toes into that a little bit more as I get older. When I was a little kid, I drew this, not knowing that it was like a symbol for alchemy. And then I got older and I found the picture that I drew and kept it when I realized, oh my god, little kid me totally was into the occult and didn't even realize at that point. 13 Goals of the Witch. I gotta say, a little calico cat. More Sabbath, so we're back for Beltane. Love this Wicker Man. We're gonna maybe build a Wicker Man this Beltane, so super excited about that. No sacrifices, of course, just the Wicker Man. Didn't do anything here. I had something, it was awful, it was the ugliest collage, so I just got rid of it. So remember that if you're making your own book, don't be afraid to just rip something out. Like, who cares? It's a greater shame not to use your book than to make a mistake in it. So use that as, hopefully that'll inspire you a little. Little leaf from last fall. More stuff, some more torn out stuff, some recipes that we've used. Correspondences, little colors repeated again. No rhyme or reason. I forgot I did colors before, and here they are again. I don't care. Planetary hours, days of the week. My grandfather gave me this, so I wanted his energy in there too. Gemstones. This is kind of cool. At least I think it's cool. What I did, instead of amassing some huge list of gemstones that I'm probably never going to own or find, I've only put the ones that I have in the book, and as I collect more, I will definitely be adding them, but I just figured why not just focus on what you have, Tasha? You don't need to constantly be buying stuff. So this is what I have, so as I get more, it'll grow. Earth. I saw these pages on another Book of Shadows, another YouTube inspiration, so I drew my own. I really like the water one for some reason. And then just more water fold-outs. I think fold-outs are super fun. Mother Mary, pray for us. I have, again, that Catholic influence from a child. And she's over there too. And then Odin. My family's from Northern Europe. I'm learning more about my ancestry, so I thought that it would be important. It would be good for me to start working with this god. We'll see how it goes. Herbal Magic, again, just herbs that I've amassed over the years. These are all things I've owned, all things I've worked with. I know, it's what I know. Magic from the yard and gardens. These are plants outside and their magical properties. These are essential oils, so scent guides, stuff like that. My musings on life. I wrote just kind of a letter in the book about what life means to me. Why am I here? So if anyone finds this book in the future when I'm long gone, maybe they'll get a little taste of my thoughts. This was my brief brush with local fame, if you will. And here's an interview I did with CBC about the harvest moon. Animals that I'm connected to that aren't my familiars. I went to a meditation workshop, and the teacher there, she's an amazing woman. She said, your name is your song, and that you can just think about that if you're thinking of something to meditate on, or if you're having a hard time with meditation, just think about your name and what that means to you. So I took my full name and I wrote something about myself, and this exercise was really, really beneficial for me. So consider it if you're looking for something new. Chakras, my chubby little chakra girl. These are just notes from that meditation workshop. I kind of regret putting the notes in here. I don't want this to become a notebook, but whatever. They're in there now. Magic of houseplants. These are my houseplants. This is also I'm a little anal with my houseplants, so I truly want them to be taken care of and loved. So if we go away or anything like that, there's a guide for people so they know how to properly take care of them. I swear I'm not a monster, but I love my little plant babies. Magical alphabets that I did. I don't use them because my cursive is kind of hard to read, so that in itself is a secret language, but I do like the look of different magical alphabets. So that's it for this side. And then we get to my darker side. And we open it backwards. This is where I'm beginning my Grimoire dedicated to my shadow. That's very important to me in my life. As you can see, lots of happy and everything. And then we've got skeletons and all kinds of stuff going on in this room. So I embrace the dark very much. It's a big part of who I am. So this part is dedicated to my shadow self. This is the Medallion of Saint Benedict. And this is the complete Roman ritual of exorcism. I am a huge horror fan. The Exorcist is a big influencer of mine as far as movies go. Just love that movie. So I wanted this in here. I wanted that ritual in there. Plus, if I'm going to screw around with the occult, at least I can maybe exorcise myself. 7 deadly sins with their demon. Similar to my angels on the other one. I consider that still high magic. 9 satanic statements. The 11 satanic rules. Book of 50 names. And their sigils. Oops, sorry for my shaky hands, guys. I've never made a video before, so sorry. The infernal names. Lots of power there. This is my page dedicated to the goddess Nyx, who is definitely my shadows goddess for sure. The Jezebel curse. Poison garden. All poisonous herbs. And then I have my herbs for hexing and cursing. Again, I live in the gray, man. This is my love letter to Anubis. I wasn't going to show this, but I don't care. I truly love this god. And then musings on death, which I think is important in my practice. So I work a lot with death in my spiritual practice. and death energy. This is my favorite quote. Nothing is perfect because time passes and the beetle and the worm find their way into everything sooner or later. Clive Barker, The Thief of Always. Truly magical children's book. Hymn to Pan by Aleister Crowley. There he is, looking young. And Conjuring Spirits. So these are all things I've tried and done myself and have had experience with. So I'm going to do a little section on necromancy in here. And that's it so far. It's a work in progress. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, and just sending many blessings, and hopefully you didn't get too motion sick. Have a great day.